Look at this. This is the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's creepy as hell, man.
It is the scariest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another commentary. We are continuing our journey down Tales from the Crypt Boulevard, and we are doing episode 2 of season 1. Todd and I are on this. We're on this voyage to conquer all these series. The plan is we're Tales from the Dark Side. We're doing Tales from the Crypt. I want to do more. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I want to do Friday the 13th.
I want to do Friday the 13th. Yeah,
I wouldn't even be against doing. I mean, maybe Todd would, but I wouldn't even be against. I don't like the series nearly as much, but I wouldn't even be against. If we really ran out of everything else, I wouldn't even say no to doing like Goosebumps. It was aimed at younger. Dude, I was watching blocks of.
They suck, dude.
Dude, they have blocks of Fox Kids like for 3-4 hours on YouTube with the commercials and everything. And I watched the More Houses, The Night of the Jack-o'-lantern.
This episode is rated Y7. It might be too spooky for children under
7. Now, Erie, Indiana, that show sucks, but that's not anthology.
I know, and I'm glad I never went back to Erie, Indiana, because I did like when I was a kid.
Anyway, but yeah, so you guys we're in Twilight Zone, you know? So
I love Twilight Zone, man. We can do that too.
Blaine, Freddy's Nightmares, 100%. So from here on out, we've done some of these in the past, especially Twilight Zone. We've cherry picked. We've even done a couple of Tales from the Crypt in the past, and we cherry picked a couple. But what we're going to do now from here on out is we're just going to start from the bottom and work our way all the way through the series in chronological order. We're not going to do them every week. Like last week, we did the first 2 episodes of Tales from the Dark Side. This week, it's Tales from the Crypt. Maybe next week we'll go back to Dark Side. Maybe next week we'll do Friday the 13th. We don't know yet. But, we want to keep it fresh. And I just want to remind everybody, if you guys are listening to us live, which if you can read the scroll bar there, every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, Friday, 10:30 p.m. Central Time. If there's an exception there, we always let you know. But if you guys are checking us out live, we're doing more than one episode at a time. If not, you're watching it in post. That's fine. Be on the lookout for the other episodes. But anyway, I don't know why we should waste any more time. I want to say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you. Blaine, what's going on? Silhouette, what's going on? Dr. Giggles himself, he's in this episode. Thomas Rowan. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. We'll get to you. But Mendoza, how you doing? Let's go ahead and get it pulled up. As usual, we got the video linked for you in the description of the video. For some reason, all of Tales from the Crypt is available on YouTube, and it's in full DVD rip quality mode. I don't know why nobody doesn't pull them down. Sorry about that. I don't know why nobody pulls them down, because there's some sort of rights issue going on with the show. That's the reason why it's not on HBO Max, even though it was an HBO show. It's obviously an IP that HBO didn't create. So I don't know how they're actually staying up, but God bless them for it.
Yeah, hopefully they do stay up, because it's nice.
All right, so if you guys could get it pulled up, make sure you got no ads going on here. It should be an ad-free experience. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, play. Second episode of the entire series. We're already at Christmas.
I know.
You know what's funny is there's a lot of TV shows that would do this, and it doesn't matter, man. If your show is starting in the winter and it's Christmas time, you're doing that Christmas episode. Even like The Simpsons, the first episode is Christmas. It feels like something you have to earn, but no. Look at this. This is the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's creepy as hell, man.
It is the scariest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. And every time I've seen this episode, I always forget about this. This is creepier than the real Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's really, really, but essentially we're going to get a cool story, and it's kind of like a Silent Night, Deadly Night type of thing.
This is one episode I do remember when I was younger.
Really?
Yes.
This isn't one, I don't think I recall watching this one when I was a little kid. I mean, I've seen the whole, this is the only season I own on Vudu. I might own season 2 before they pulled them all down. Like, because now you can't stream the show anywhere, and you can't buy it digitally anymore. But I still have my pre-purchase season 1. That's why I went ahead and caved and bought the DVD set. But they're on YouTube too.
The Larry Drake Santa is awesome, man. That scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Larry Drake, obviously another heavy hitter. Durant, Darkman. When are you gonna learn, weenie boy? When are you gonna learn? He's in Desert Heat. which I love. It is my pride and joy. And this also has Kawato. The last
Yeah,
episode
Marshall
had
Bell. Yep.
yeah, the last episode had swallow it. So we got a
Yeah.
lot of Total Recall alumni in
Mary
this.
Ellen Trainor in this, which she's
And you have a
great.
lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger connections, aka Arnold Schwarzenegger went on to be a producer on the show. He directed an episode at least. He appeared on one of the bookends, and he obviously worked with You Forgot to Say Please, who's in the last episode. He obviously worked with Swallow It, and he obviously worked with got a lot of nerves showing your face. Oh, that's not him.
Marshall Bell.
Kawato. Yeah.
Kawato.
AKA everybody's favorite gym coach. The gym coach you wish you had in high school.
Oh God, that's sick, dude.
I love how it looks like a Hallmark movie. It's so beautifully
It's
shot.
a perfect Christmas movie.
It looks like a card. I mean, once again, we're going to point out this show was the GOAT, man. Look at all those heavy hitters: Joel Silver, Richard Donner, Zemeckis.
Zemeckis directed this one.
Oh yeah, Walter Hill directed the last one. It's just a who's who, dude. It's so great. It's actually kind of interesting that all these mainstream directors, they had to have been fans of the zine or something growing up for them to all just, I don't know, they were all in on this.
Well, I mean, HBO at the time, I'm sure was like huge. So in the late 80s, early 90s. So I'm sure it just like, I don't know, put their name out there a little bit more.
Well, I mean, it literally was home box office. That's what it stands for. I don't think people realize that anymore, but this is where you know, when VHSs were coming out and they were $50, $60, $70 to buy, this is the first place you came to first if you wanted to watch Batman. If you didn't want to shell, you know, before VHS, or if you didn't, you know, it really was a premium thing. So she's incredible. You guys seen her in a million things, from Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, just just so much stuff, dude. I mean, but anyway, oh look, I got ads, Todd. Thanks.
We got a fireplace poker to the head right off the bat. Yeah, so Marshall Bell doesn't last too long in this episode. He gets whacked, and that looks cool, man. I always like that. Like she pulls his head back.
Yeah, it's really, really, really cool shots.
So this just happens off the bat. The kid walks down the stairs. Mommy, what's going on? And then she was like, "Is daddy
What do you
okay?"
want to do with that gaping mouth there? You're just like,
yeah. Oh, he's just sleeping, honey. Go back to bed. That sort of thing.
Yeah, and she's gonna call her boy toy, and you know, this is also a theme that we have in these episodes too, where there's a lot of episodes that deal with a cheating lover out for money. You're gonna see that in a couple of episodes, but yeah, she's got a guy on the side. They're killing him for the insurance money. She's obviously a bad character, but it's going to be one of these cool scenarios where we're going to have a villain coming up against a villain.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. She's sneaking around on the husband. She wants to get out of the marriage because she's not happy with it. She was talking about, but I mean, she's the perfect mother. Other than that,
I mean, how do we know she's the perfect mother?
Well, she seems like
we get 5 minutes of her being. We get 2 seconds of her interacting with her daughter in this episode.
But she doesn't seem like a good mom when Santa comes, and she's not really too worried about the daughter. She's more worried about saving her own ass, I guess.
I mean, especially when she has all the opportunity in the world to shoot him, Santa, in the window with that gun. Instead, she's freaking out trying to open the lock fucking door. No, don't go up to my daughter's bedroom.
And she can't reach the gun.
Oh, make it happen. Jump, do something. You're obviously not going to get you, dude. I will Spider-Man jump off the wall and get that damn gun. She had all the opportunity in the world. I love it. Right there for us all to see. Last will and testament. So there's no questions.
Nope. She wants the money.
So they kind of like bait and switch you. It's like they're already setting up this great character. Like, okay, what is this going to be about? And then it's not going to be for another moment here. You're going to hear it like on the radio or the TV or something, the radio or something, that there is a psycho Santa on the loose out of a mental institution, a la, you know, Silent Night, Deadly Night.
You get the black Christmas bag over the head thing here too.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's homages.
It's cool.
I feel like it was almost a homage at the end when he's like naughty or nice.
Yep.
Because you know, before it's like, you know, and he in the other movie he just goes naughty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, So this
Basically,
is
it's just
this is
dragging
setting up
them
our
on.
yeah, she's dragging him out. God dang it. He's dragging him out. She's gonna throw him in the well. I Is that really the smartest place? Because if a guy goes missing,
That'd be the first place you look.
don't you think? Let's drag that
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. And his body's it's cold. It's just gonna freeze. I
You
just
get
don't.
some Shining vibes too with that whole frozen body, which is always nice.
I don't know if that's like a direct reference, but I don't really get her game here as far as why I'm gonna throw him in the well. I just I just feel like she would not get away with this. I feel like you would have to make it look like more of an accident, maybe have him outside. I don't know. Just
But
oh,
I
he
mean,
fell in the well. He fell in the well and he had a poker hole in his head.
well, I mean, it would probably take him a few weeks at least to actually find the body. So I'm sure she's gonna get out of Dodge with the boyfriend and the kid.
Yeah, that's right, Blaine. Yeah, it is the Monster Squad mom. She's in so much
Hmm.
stuff. These tales are often about people getting their just desserts. Yeah, the theme is karma for sure.
Hmm.
But dude, this looks like a Campbell's soup commercial.
It does, or
I expect that
Coke
snowman to
commercial,
no,
Coca Cola.
I expect that snowman to come inside, sit at the table, get served some Campbell's soup, and it melt away, and it's that little kid that basically is I'm pretty sure is young Gordon Bombay from the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
He's like,
So yeah, there's a killer Santa on the loose. Did they? Is it on the radio? I believe that
yeah,
they
it was just
broadcast
like
that.
when she dragged him out, you could hear the broadcast, so she missed it.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's a killer Santa. There's a guy loose for mental institution, and he's said to be wearing a Santa costume that he got from one of his victims, but he's been out killing people, and a couple of people have already been killed. So crazy timing for all this to happen. And the Santa is going to find herself there, and that's where we're going to get the real crux of our story.
Oh, he's still alive. He comes back
Well, he's not going to last
for a
very much
minute.
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It would have helped if the guy lost a couple of pounds too. She makes note of that a million times, which is funny. There's like a snarkiness, kind of a dark humor to the series with the way they treat this stuff.
Yeah, she hates her husband.
I feel like she totally squandered this opportunity she had, by the way. And I get it. I'm not in that situation. I'm not the one killing somebody and, maybe shock and in the moment of a killer Santa showing up out of nowhere. But I figured it out well before her. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? This Santa is your alibi. Like, she should have never got off the phone with the
No,
cops.
all you got to say is, yeah, Santa killed my husband with a fireplace poker.
Now, but then there's the issue of her fingerprints are going to be on it because they were doing the fire. Like, yeah, my
Yeah,
fingerprints on it. Now, if that Santa's wearing gloves, but his prints would have to be on it. So she would have to have thought fat. I'm thinking like if she didn't even kill him, she already had the cops on the phone.
he doesn't have gloves on.
Yeah, so that might fuck her. But because at the time when the cops call, he's on the loose. But ideally, she would have been like, "Oh God," she would have thought on her feet and said, "We're being attacked by that Santa." And or no, she called. Did she call?
Yeah, the cops
She,
called first, and then she called after the fact
okay, yeah.
to
So it's
cover her ass.
true. So she should have just played right into it, like, "Oh God, there's Santa's here right now. Killed my husband." Um, but you'd have to cover up the fire poker thing because his prints weren't on it. He wasn't dead at the time. I mean, she could have thought quick and he was passed out there for a moment. I thought she was going to go out there immediately and like put the poker in his hand and get his prints on there, dude.
Yeah.
She goes and like chops the axe, which is smart, right on the wound,
Hmm.
where her wound was, which is perfect, and that would have solved her issue. But then again, why did it take so damn long for the cops to get there? They conveniently said
They
20
said 20
minutes.
minutes. Well, I mean, if it's in the middle of a snowstorm, they look like they're in the middle of some sort of rural area. So
So why is the creepy Santa able to walk and hit all these houses then? If he's
I
out
have
in
no
rural area,
idea. I have no idea.
but
He's trying to make his escape.
yep. So we got a spouse killer getting stalked by a serial killer. It's amazing.
Okay, so here's some trivia here. The story was previously adapted in the segment in the 1972 film version of the comic. Okay, what else we got?
I'm gonna be so behind. There's so many ads in this damn thing, Todd. Thanks. Okay,
Well,
I'm
I
back.
didn't know. There wasn't any last one, was
Sorry about
there?
that, guys. If you skip it, it only slows you down a couple of seconds each time. So okay, so right now I'm watching Durant grab her out of the window. He looks absolutely menacing. He looks like I don't know, man. He looks like he does terrible things to children. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm,
And so did she hit him with the blunt side?
yes. The first
Oh,
time she hit him with the blunt side.
because at first I didn't catch that. I'm like, oh, he's gone. He really, but I don't know, man. It didn't look like he hit him that hard. And I certainly wouldn't have thought I hit him hard enough to where he's gonna be passed out and I can just like chillax and go out there. You know what I mean? She just kind of let him lay there while she goes out and hits her husband. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I would have had to have fucked him up a little bit.
Yeah, she's kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place, trying to figure out a way to get out of this. Like as she's trying to as she's getting murdered by the
I
Santa,
mean,
trying to
so
get murdered
what's
by
the
the Santa.
problem? Why is she freaking out? If she's that freaked out, just go to plan A, which she thought was so great, and throw her husband down the well. And then
Yeah.
you still have, I mean, what is she scared of? Like the Santa? So she's gonna blame it on him, obviously, and that's her. She's getting the idea now, looking at the body, like, oh,
Hmm.
and I think there's a moment here where, in case we're retarded, she actually says it. I could blame it on Santa. Oh, she goes, I didn't do it, officer. Santa did it. Like, okay,
Yeah.
they're spoon feeding it to us. Like, we get it. We've already figured this out before she has. But anyway, she freaks out and hangs up the phone, which is a big mistake. Like just when he's gone, I'm like, just get him out there. Get him out there. Because what are you afraid of? Are you afraid the Santa is gonna say, no, no, I didn't kill this guy? Who's gonna believe him?
I know. No, nobody
I
is.
would have pegged it on him, like, no, you gonna believe me, you're gonna believe him.
She could have done anything and she could have gotten out of it. So
Yeah, it's like I don't know. One thing she didn't think about is I mean, I guess
maybe she just felt that this is too much guilt. I don't know. Who knows?
no, I think we need to take Dr. Giggle's opinion and just never overthink Crypt.
Yeah, you're right.
Always with you with the terrible things to kids. Dude, that's like the ultimate villains, dude. It's not
It,
my fault we're watching this, and then we're watching,
Tales from the
Tales from
Dark
the Dark
Side.
Side with a guy that's, like, just likes to scare kids, but not, like, kill them even. I don't make the rules, man. They must
So
live in a rural area that doesn't see a lot of action for you to leave a window open in your kid's room. I don't care if she's on the second floor or not, dude. Like, I've li I lived in towns where kids got nabbed out of their open windows, man, or if they weren't locked.
in the middle, yeah, well, in the middle of a snowstorm, why would you even have the window open? Is that freaking hot in
Yeah,
your house?
Dr. Giggle's first episode of Dark Side, you thought the old man was all weird about kids too. I mean, can you blame me?
Oh,
He was. He was weird about kids, but just not. I don't know. I just don't understand why he deserved to go to hell because he liked to scare kids. That didn't make sense to me. It was almost like a Nightmare on Elm Street thing where they intended on something, but they couldn't really go the distance because of network TV or whatever. But it's a whole. Freddy kills
he's
kids
the
type thing.
tax man. He's even worse than that.
Okay,
He taxed everybody in the town, stole their farms, man. That's pretty
so
bad, if you ask me.
that's worse though. That's you just said. That's worse.
Pretty bad.
You just said it was worse.
Yeah, whatever. So she
Kawado's got the easiest job in the business right now. I'm not even, it's probably just like a dummy at this point. He's like on camera. Like the real guy is probably on camera for all of 30 seconds in this episode.
he got the axe sticking out of his head. She sees Santa outside, or she thinks Santa's outside. And then she's upset he's gone. It's just a snow
And I
angel.
don't understand why kids are so gullible in these things. And like when she sees creepy Durant climbing up her house, dude, and he's like all bloody and stuff, and he clearly looks roughed up in the face. She's like, "Come on, Santa! Oh, you silly old Santa! Come on!" And he's like, "Ah, ah, ah!"
Drunk,
blood,
the
blood.
drunken, mentally ill Santa.
I was never this stupid. Like even when I believed in Santa, I was never this stupid.
Yeah, there's a lot of naive kids out there, man.
I wasn't one of them.
Good for you.
Did
Well,
you
he
guys
also
ever
had a lot
believe?
of siblings, so
Did you guys ever believe when the 9 o'clock news would like give you Santa trackers for all the kids? And Santa was spotted just above the Piggly Wiggly about 30 minutes ago. That's just 5 minutes from our house, Dad.
I don't even remember watching the news when I was a
They
kid.
would always do Santa updates for kids. They still do on the 9 o'clock news, just in case your kids are watching and they're staying up. They'll give like the Santa radar, and it's all bullshit. It's a giant gaslight campaign, and everybody's in on it.
Does Santa have to go through customs?
I don't know, kid. Gee, hit the road. So what's the deal here? So she's like, "Oh no, great, just my luck. I locked myself out." Oh, it's not yet. My bad. This is when she's making the call and she's doing her crocodile tears.
Yeah. Which, how could she even do this with the Santa on the loose? I mean, he's obviously gone.
Yeah. Did she even lock the door? I don't think she know. Did she notice he was gone? She didn't notice because she's gonna hang up. No, because they say we'll be there in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know, man.
She's a good actress, though. I do really like her in this short. I think she's very effective as the crazy housewife.
What is this? Easier for a camel to go brought the eye of a needle hat a rich man to be to heaven and all that. Is that like an old parable? I don't know. Romero was just playing that trope up. Do you know what that means? The camel will go to brought the eye of the needle. It sounds like a poem. Are you speaking to me in riddles, Dr. Giggles?
He always Romero always has to throw his social commentary in there, which is kind of annoying at times. Sometimes you just don't want it.
Anyway, now she's like, she genuinely freaked out now, right?
Yep. Looking for the gun. Oh, Jesus.
Let me guess, you got an ad.
Yeah.
How come I've had 3?
That was my third. Now she's
Oh, so you're not saying anything.
no, of course not. Why would I?
Well, now I'm like got Wheel of Death here. Okay, it's back. Yeah, so I don't look, it's not that high. Like she's almost there. I get
And
it.
why
She
does the
doesn't.
doorknob come out there? Is what I want to know. They just
It makes no sense. It's so stupid. But look, you know how close she was? She knows how high it is. Her like she's almost touching the gun. Why is she not jumping? All it would take is for her to jump up a little bit just to see where the gun is. She would see how close it is, and then she would just have to jump a little bit and grab it. Like, I don't think she tried hard enough. Look, I get it. Her stuff is racing right now, but jump up there, grab that gun, it's right there, and blow his ass
well,
away.
maybe she doesn't think it's up there. I mean, if she couldn't feel it with her hand.
But I don't know, man. Are you kidding me? She obviously knows it's there. She was an inch from it. Just jump. Who wouldn't do that? Who wouldn't go "Huh," and jump just to look? Come on, man. She's not
Oh
trying
man,
hard
this
enough.
would be creepier than hell if I
She
was a
doesn't
kid and
she
saw
doesn't
this
love her
Santa coming up.
daughter. That's the conclusion I've made is she doesn't love her daughter.
She's a good mother. Come on.
She really thinks she's gonna get to her, and she
Doesn't this,
doesn't.
this creep you out, dude? If you were a kid and saw Santa coming up with an axe, dude, like
She can bust down the door with no clearance to really get a running start in that little closet, but she can't jump 3 inches in the air.
what I want to know is what does Santa think? Like she's gonna like hold him or pull him up? I
Do they
mean,
just conveniently have that ladder at the side of the house waiting for him?
you're
You know what
thinking
I mean?
too much into it.
No, I mean, they just had that all ready for it. Like, I think there's collusion going on here. I'd be wondering why Santa A was all bloody and messed up, but also why he wasn't talking to me. And also, if you're really that delusional and that gullible, naive, all that good stuff, why wouldn't you be like, Santa, why aren't you coming through the chimney? She's not asking any questions.
You're Santa.
Okay. It kind of reminds me of the movie Hook when like the kids were gone. She's gonna go downstairs. She's like, oh, thank God. She hasn't noticed that he's holding his creepy hand for some reason.
No.
Like, I don't get it. Why was the little girl in on it? Like, hey, hide here. We're gonna make it dramatic, and then I'll bring you out.
It's effective. Don't.
And the door coming up. Yeah, it's brilliant. This guy,
I love that shot of her, dude. That's great.
yeah. So, and we're just to assume that he kills her, but the crypt keeper doesn't double down. He covers his ass because he says Don't worry about little whatever her name is.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, our Santa likes his women older, but in
Yep.
pieces or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, at least the Crypt Keeper's not that much of an evil, sadistic asshole where he's like, oh, don't worry, the kid survived somehow. So
Yeah.
what happened to the kid? Oh, don't worry, Santa just likes older women. So what do you do with the kid? He didn't kill her?
I'm sure he eventually did.
Oh, let's see here. It's in something Jesus said about how hard it is for rich people to get to heaven. Yeah. Come on, man. Trump's going to heaven, dude. He can't pick his favorite book of the Bible, dude. They're all good.
Yeah, he says they're all his favorite.
They're all his favorite. They're all good. But this is great. Crypt Keeper is back. I love these segments, dude. They make the episodes sometimes. And like
Yeah.
I said, if you guys don't have the DVD set, it's so fun because it's just back in that glory days of DVDs where they had interactive menus and they really put a lot of effort because DVD was the new technology after being with VHS for so many years where they really capitalized on what they could do. And then of course that carried over a bit into Blu-ray, and then somewhere in the Blu-ray era they just got lazy. And now they're full blown just, hey, fuck it, we don't care anymore. People are paying. The people that are buying UHD are just cinephiles, and they'll take what we give them and love it. But
I wish it was on Blu-ray. I mean, I think it would look great.
oh yeah, and then you could have less discs. I hate having so many discs. I
Oh,
really
the
hate it,
stack.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate having I mean, it's not too bad. I think you get like 6 episodes or something for each disc. It's really not that bad. I can't really watch 6 episodes in a night anyway. It's whatever. Uh,
What would you give this episode?
oh, it's fantastic. I think it's I gave episode 1 an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I'm grading on the Tales from the Crypt scale, which like again, I think is a very consistent series. I don't
Mhm.
think there's I'd be hard pressed if there was a Tales from the Crypt episode that was below a 6. It's a very
We
good
might
series.
get there.
Well, it's possible, but below a 6? Really? But
Maybe.
grading on a scale, I don't know. I think for aesthetic alone, I'm gonna give it the nudge over the first episode. Um, maybe. I'm gonna say it's still an 8, but I might even like it a little better than the first one because it's just got the look, man. I love Christmas. I think just beautifully it's shot. I don't know. They're both good. Very. The first 2 episodes are very good. What about you?
I would actually give this a 9. I really like this episode. Just like you're talking about the aesthetics, just Santa himself is creepier than hell.
Yeah.
Like the characters. I mean, of course, there's plot holes and stuff like that, but I don't care, man. Dr. Giggles was saying it earlier. This is a must watch in Christmas time. So uh, I will be watching this for Christmas horror with like Silent Night, Deadly Night, and some of the other
Show your
classics.
kids, dude. There's no nudity or nothing. Just show your kids.
I don't know. That might bore
Did your
them.
oldest handle that episode?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think the Crypt Keeper at the beginning is scarier than anything in the episode. I
Well,
think the
everything in
Santa
my basement. I mean, they've seen all this stuff, but they're just not interested in horror yet. So,
yet you're gonna. What if they're never interested in horror?
well, then that's fine.
What if they're like, what if there's like take your dad to school day and they're embarrassed, like my dad does podcasts. Like, why are you so afraid? We do a horror podcast.
He's obsessed.
Everybody's 90s dad comes in, they all do horror podcasts, dude. I would be shocked.
My dad's obsessed with horrors. That's what he
Yeah.
says.
My dad is a liar. Oh, a lawyer.
Yeah.
It's like that whole thing. My dad's obsessed with horrors. Oh, you mean horror? Whatever, same difference. All right. Yeah. Dr. Giggles gives it 10 out of 10 as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of series, they don't peak in the first. And I'm not saying this peaks in the first season, but a lot of times it takes a little bit to get going and
100%. Yep.
really hit its stride. But we'll figure it out as we go. We're still getting through it. But 2 episodes in, and it's just quality stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's no real getting a grasp on anything. It just kind of gives us a good idea of what's to come. But I will say the budgets had to have gotten bigger because we end up getting even bigger stars sometimes,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
But like I said, these are everybody that's been in these are really recognizable character actors. I don't know if William Sadler, like I said, William Sadler was appearing on Roseanne. This is in the late 80s. He probably wasn't a huge as he wasn't even Bill and Ted at this time. So I don't know. He was a character actor. And even our people in this one, character actors.
Yep.
Eventually we're going to get to like Tom Hanks, who at the time was in, I think when Tom Hanks was in his episode, I think he had just won the Oscar for Philadelphia that
That's
same year.
crazy.
So he wasn't Forrest Gump yet, but he was on his way. So it's pretty cool to see where it goes. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We will continue to do Tales from the Crypt. Next time we tackle TV, I don't know. Do you want to shake it up, do something else? Do you want to stick with Dark Side and go back and forth between this and Tales for a bit, or do you want to like do Friday? I don't know. I don't know how you want to do it. We haven't really talked about it.
We'll have to look into it. I don't know. I don't want to commit
I'm
to.
not against either one. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. I'm not against going back and forth between these two series, though. But like I said, if you're listening to it live, tomorrow we are doing Demon Knight. I love that movie. I think it's a great movie. I have fond memories of renting that movie because while I couldn't watch the series, I did rent movies. And and you couldn't rent a series back in the day. You couldn't rent Tales from the Crypt, the show. So actually, the movie, believe it or not, was more attainable to me than the HBO series. So I was excited for it. And next week we're going to be doing Bordello of Blood. So you guys are going to get your fill. And I think it's only appropriate, even though Todd doesn't like it, that we need to eventually do Tales from the Dark Side of the movie.
All right.
Is it not appropriate?
No, it's fine. No, yeah, sounds good.
I'm not even against doing the old school Tales from the Crypt movie too. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of feeling it. It's Halloween time, man.
Yeah, and I also think, I mean, Freddy's Nightmares would be great too, because then we can throw in a Nightmare on Elm Street, one of them in there as
Well,
well.
and that's obviously something we can decide. Maybe we
Mhm.
do Freddy's Nightmares after
Or
this
Friday
instead.
13th, the series, and we can throw a Friday, even though it doesn't even, pertain to it, but that's all right.
We'll figure it. It's got the same guy in Jason Goes to Hell. The star of
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, the series, is also in Jason Goes to
We'll
Hell,
have to do
playing
Jason Goes to Hell
two different
commentary.
characters. Mind blown.
Yeah.
But all right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. Remember, you guys can support us. We do have a Patreon below. If not, just please like the video, subscribe. We've been around a long time. We have 1,000+ videos. Many of those are commentaries, such as this, films, TV shows. Just you guys perusing the channel, stopping by and saying hi is more than enough. We are in YouTube prison. We got spanked a bit and we're demonetized, but we are going to be monetized again in the middle of October. And we are excited about that because we are greedy son of a bitches and we'd like to get paid a few bucks from YouTube. It's not fair that YouTube takes every dime of my hard work. These
Yeah,
edits
I
are
know,
taking
right?
me a fucking long time and I appreciate it. But that's okay. We're putting in the work now. So hopefully we're rewarded later by the Google gods. But anyway, guys, later. Bye.
See you guys.